Hello guys, my name is Tara Taro. My name is Tara and I will be doing your reading for July 2019. This reading is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. As I have before, I shuffled the cards previous to the reading so that we could jump right into it. Some announcements of some astrological things that are occurring at this time. Today, as I am recording this, it is July 2nd. There is a solar eclipse that had just occurred at 12:55. You will still be feeling PM. You will still be feeling the effects of this. This eclipse will bring upon a lot of changes surrounding the home since it is happening in Cancer. I wouldn't manifest at this time because the energies are really intense and they'll bring upon everything you want, but you don't have complete clarity right now because the moon is a new moon. So we're really not sure. It's more about closing old patterns than bringing things in. So I just wanted to let you guys know that, as well as July 7th, Mercury will be going retrograde and will not be going direct for the next few weeks. So communication is halted, big decisions are halted, travel is not advised at this time, yada yada. I will probably make a video before the 7th of about Mercury retrograde if you were wanting to hear more about that, but at this time I'll just move forward because you guys have probably heard the whole idea. And yeah, the reading, the spread I'm doing is an astrological spread, so 12 houses, 12, different areas of your life, different messages, so this is the most general read, and I could jump into it now for you guys. Alright, so first house is the house of self, how you're perceived at this time. The card that came out for that is the Strength card. So I feel like you're seen as very powerful at this time. People might give you a lot of confidence. You might have a tendency to have like a bite towards people at this time. So you're being asked with this card to use more honey than vinegar, because sometimes with this card you have a tendency to, overindulge in like the power aspect of this card. But this is also about your heart. So I feel like people are seeing you as emotionally present as well and emotionally strong in all areas. You also are being tested with how you'll rise above your fears. People might see your efforts and be excited for you at this time, because I feel like a lot of people are very drawn to your character and people see you for what you are. People might think at this time that you're acting more as a Leo, out there. As a Sagittarius, you're a fire sign, and I do believe you guys catch the attention of the room, but you don't hold it on you the way that a Leo does. You don't thrive in it. You just it kind of is drawn to you, if that makes sense. But now people are more you are wanting the attention as well, but you're also getting it without really having to try. So I think it's just that balance that you're getting right now. Now, the second house is the house of materialism, your material wealth, your finances. The card that came out for that is the Nine of Wands. So I do feel like you need to protect your possessions at this time. 9 is an unstable number, and I feel like the higher you go up, the more unstable it is, right? High energy, low stability. That's a law of physics. It works for all aspects of your life. Think about any time that you've just gotten into a fight with someone. Are your reactions right after that, initially after that fight, usually very logical? No. So I do feel that, there's an instability that occurs when dealing with other people. You might be fighting about your money. You might be fighting for your job in your place of employment. You might need to compete against something. But I do see that there's an instability surrounding your finances. So it's not that you're necessarily losing it or getting much more coming in, but you're being told to really pay attention and to proceed with caution in regards to it. I do feel like you might have a fight with someone about money of some sort. this could just be because, maybe slower hours right now, because I know in a lot of people that I know, this life, they're having like less hours if they work a part-time job, things of that nature. So it's possible that that's an occurrence, but I really do feel that it's mostly going to be like an instability and just needing to like protect your money a little bit more. Maybe just not spend it as much because you don't know like what else is to come. It's not really saying anything about like loss. It's just saying be careful. So I want to clarify that before you get worried. Third house is the house of communication, as well as the house of siblings. The card that came out for that is the Star. So I feel like someone in your life, someone very close to you or a sibling, is going through a very intense healing moment. They might be getting involved in a very important relationship in their life. They feel like they have found their true north. They might have found their passion. They're expressing these things to you. I believe that this positive energy is really, like, you really pick up on it, and I think you really thrive on it. So I do believe that it's affecting you in a very positive way as well. Though this is news around somebody close to you, I do believe that the healing that this person is receiving, and you'll notice because it's someone who is negative that's now becoming like a very positive person, and I feel like they're going to have that effect on you, and it's going to be a very positive effect. This person could also be an Aquarius, but they don't need to be. Now, the fourth house is the house of home. The card that came out for that is the Queen of Wands. So I do feel like this is you. I feel like you're the person in your home who's kind of trying to take care of things, to, I feel like you need attention, because I feel like you're the one that's doing everything that needs to be done. You're bringing an abundant home. You're trying to, create traditions and make sure that you guys are all, in communication. But I don't think people are expressing how much they care about you or how much they really need you in that position at this time. And I feel like with the Queen of Wands, it's someone who, needs attention or craves attention. So this could be that you're, craving attention or the appraisal that you, think that you deserve in that area, and that might create a little bit of a rift. Or it could just mean that you are in a very harmonious position of, leadership in your lifestyle and in your home, and you're making things very beautiful and musical, and you could be setting up a lot of, art in your home and having friends over, because we see a lot of, animals and birds here. But I do feel like you are still needing that attention, getting that attention, but I feel like you're really craving it. And you might not be getting it fully how you want it, so you might need to invite others to be able to fulfill that kind of void within you at this time. And I feel in the fifth house, right? The fifth house is the house of romance. And it could also be the house of play, creativity. The card that came out for that is the Seven of Pentacles. So I feel like in love, because I really just see, I saw this as looking a little bit like a heart. Let me see if you bring it up. They kind of look like this one too in here. It kind of looks like a heart over there. I feel like the seeds are planted. If there's somebody on your mind that you're thinking about, I feel like you've kind of shown your move. You've already put a move down and you've said, this is how I feel about you and this is it. And the seed is planted, but it's not yet done. You have to continue working on yourself, because there's a lot more to be done with this connection or within your romantic life. But I do feel like things are starting to grow and prosper, but they will only continue if you stay on a positive path for your own life. But if you are thinking about someone and wondering if your efforts have been seen, I would definitely say yes. The sixth house is the house of health, and the card that came out for that is the Six of Wands. I do believe you'll be feeling really healthy, which is great to hear, because a lot of the other signs are not doing so well. They're very stressed. They're getting themselves sick over stress. with this being in victory, I feel like you have victory in your health. Everything is going well. You might be adapting to a really positive life routine. You might be figuring out new schedules or regimens that really work for you. And I feel like people are going to see you as a leader and want to know like your secrets and the things that you're doing that are helping you progress. And I think that's going to help you, because if you can help other people, you're going to be more on track of your own things. So I do see that there's a lot of beneficial things coming from being healthy and being mentally healthy and having a regimen practice. So if you're someone who's very into fitness or very into meditations, things of like mental or physical health, that's going to really benefit you at this time, and I think you're going to be able to be a leader to other people in that way. Now in the 7th house, which is the house of like business partnerships, the house of marriage, relationships of all kinds, we have the Queen of Cups, I'm sorry. We have the Queen of Cups. Okay, so I kind of feel like maybe you're interested in someone who, I don't know, when there's 2 queens, I usually see a rivalry, right? Maybe you're interested in someone who's in a relationship right now. That person could be in a relationship with a water sign, and maybe you have a lot of fire in your chart, because I feel like this is you being a Sagittarius. So you could be dealing with someone who has a lot of water in their, like who's dating someone who has a lot of water in their chart, or this person does and they have a very feminine energy, but I really do feel like there's a rivalry with another woman, and they could be a water sign, or it could be a rivalry in business, and it could be another woman. But I do think there's a rivalry between you and somebody else. And, you know, that's funny because it's fire, water. It's not even like, you can create something out of that, but I really do feel like that's not going to be a pretty battle to play with. And, yeah, I'll come back with more on that, honestly. I need to, like, get through this because I'm still a little, like, perplexed by that. But the 8th house is the house of transformation, and the card that comes out for that is the 5 of Cups. So I do feel like you're focusing a lot on things in the past and things that you've lost, and not really looking on like what you have right now. You might be in a lack mentality when it comes to thinking about how you've transformed. You're just focusing on what hasn't changed yet, not what you have changed. And I don't think that that's going to work to your benefit, because you need to acknowledge that you have done a lot as well. Though there are things that you have missed, you just can't sit in this grief, because I think this is like a stagnant energy. You know, this is an unstable, challenging energy that you're just trying to like ignore. And I don't feel like that's going to benefit you. So I think by not sitting in your grief, you can really see the most changes. Yeah, I think you guys have to really focus on like rebuilding areas of your life and not focusing on the past. The 9th house is the house of travels. Card that came out for that is the Knight of Pentacles. You might be traveling for work. You might be asked to do something for work that involves going on a short travel. It wouldn't be a large journey, but it might be like slow to get there. So I'm seeing like halts in your commute on the way there, because this is a very slow and steady energy. You might become impatient with that. You might also go on a business trip or a trip with someone who is a male earth sign. So Venus, I went to say Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. You could be going on a small trip for that as well. But I do think you might be traveling for work. Now, the 10th house is the house of careers, and the card that came out for that is the 10 of Cups. So I do feel like maybe you start working at home, honestly, because that like, that came out of my mouth that wasn't even, like, what I thought before this. That came out of my mouth before I even got to think. So you might find a way to work or make extra money around your house, and that might create a lot of extra time to, like, build on a relationship or a family life that you really want to have, and to be able to get that attention and love that you deserve in this home. But I do feel like you want this happy home, and you want everyone to be surrounding you and, like, celebrating life. And I think to do that, you have to find ways that you can have less time out of the house and more time in the house. So I feel like that being in the house of careers, a lot of you might try something freelance at home so that you can clear up some extra space, or you might start working fully from home. And I do believe that'll have a very beneficial, like, turnout on your family life or your home life if you do so. So I really do encourage that if that pertains to you. I know this is a general reading, so you might not see that, but that was kind of what came out of my mouth before I even got to think. So I just think that really pertains to most of you. Now, the 11th house is the house of friendships, acquaintances, and new, like, goals, humanitarian things of that nature. The card that came out for that is the Moon. The Moon in that is like a card of deception. So you might be deceived by some of your friends. What you see is not what you get. You might be hearing wrong information from friends. Communication is not very clear at this time. You might have to listen to your gut. You might get a lot of people telling you that someone said something that they didn't say. Listen to your heart and listen to your gut when it comes to that, because not everyone is showing their true colors. And this could also be a Pisces that is doing that, but I feel like it doesn't need to be. I just believe that this person or persons are really deceiving you at this time and not being fully honest, and you need to listen to yourself when it comes to making a decision or when you, like, making an idea towards it. Your 12th house is the house of the subconscious. Things that you are supposed to, that need to come to light, that you are subconsciously thinking about. The card that came out for that is the 8 of Wands. So I think you're thinking about reaching out to someone. Maybe through social media, through texting, someone you haven't had contact with for a long time, or this could be someone else reaching out to you that you haven't been in contact with for a very long time. And I do feel like it's something that'll kind of throw you off, because I do feel like you're sitting in, like, a very powerful energy, but I don't think that you're fully ready for this. I think it's something that you said that you wanted, but now that it might be coming in, you might feel a little overwhelmed, because you might be focusing on the negative past with them, or this person might be involved with someone else, but still reaching out to you. So this is that you are getting communication, and if you're asking if you should reach out, that is an answer to yes, but beware that this person might also be in a relationship with somebody else. I don't know if you're aware of that, but that is a strong possibility with these cards, because there is a rivalry between you and somebody else. And the bottom of the deck is the 9 of Pentacles. So I feel like with the 9 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, that you guys are starting to come into a very abundant energy. Like, I feel as if you guys are starting to feel really, like, you're feeling achievement in your... Oh, is that showing? Okay, I didn't realize it wasn't there. You're seeing achievement in your financial life right now, and you're seeing stability in it. And I believe that you're starting to feel abundant, but abundant doesn't necessarily mean that you're, like, rich in all areas of your life. It means that you have exactly what you need and that you're able to get there. So I do feel like this month is a working month, and you're manifesting a lot of things towards you, but you might be manifesting some things receiving drama because you don't have all of the answers right now. If you can get a chance to get away, especially if it's with an earth sign, I advise that. You're going to have a lot of positive interactions. as far as like with other people, but at work you might need to stand your guard because your job might be at risk. Yeah, seeds are planted. There's a lot of good things. Just pay attention. That's my advice to you guys, Sagittarius. Pay attention to everything, because not everything is what it seems, is as it seems, and things are very tricky during this time. That is my message to you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next month for your August reading. Thank you guys. Bye.